The future of Justin Trudeau's leadership of the Liberals was a hot topic of discussion at a highly anticipated party caucus meeting this afternoon. It was expected a group of Liberals would ask Trudeau to step down. When it was all said and done, MPs wouldn't say exactly what was said behind closed doors, but the Prime Minister had this to say.
The party is strong and united.
Behind you, sir.
Justin Trudeau walking confidently and smiling, but he wouldn't stop to take questions from reporters. Some of his ministers are calling the conversation robust and are still expressing their support for his leadership. Here's what his Minister of Innovation had to say about the talk.
It was a great discussion, the type of discussion I think Canadians would be proud to see because when you have a caucus, you need to hear all voices. But what really matters at the end is that we come out of that caucus meeting united, resolved in delivering for Canadians, and resolved in winning the next election.
For more on this, I'm joined by political analyst Keith Leslie. Keith, Trudeau says they're strong and united. What do you think?
Well, not behind Justin Trudeau, they're not. I mean, they might be united in their wanting to defeat Pierre Poilievre in the next election, but we've got 24 Liberal MPs, backbenchers all, who signed this petition that calls on the Prime Minister to resign. We hear something like 20 of them went up to the microphone today in this caucus meeting and spoke to him directly, expressed their concerns. But we also hear that there was probably an equal number after that who spoke in favor of the Prime Minister's leadership. So it wasn't like the whole room was baying for his head, but it's still a very, very bad day for Justin Trudeau, but he does live to fight again another day.
Will this be the end of questions regarding Trudeau's leadership? It feels like we just keep talking about this.
Yeah, it does, and this is absolutely not going to be the end. Even though Justin Trudeau said he's going to reflect on what he heard today, the people that put that letter forward, and we're still not really sure exactly who all of them are, they put a deadline on it, October 28th, next Monday. It's not clear what would happen if the Prime Minister doesn't acquiesce to their demands, or exactly what their demands are, other than he leave. So they've set this deadline, but without any consequences. So far, he's staring them down. And remember, there's no obvious successor in the wings here. There's not like, you know, the Martin Chrétien wars that the Liberals once suffered before. So this is Trudeau staring them down, and he's convinced he can hang on.
At what point does the dissent in this party really start to impact the Liberals' chances at the next election?
Well, it's already hurting them. I mean, you know, when a governing party is going through this and not talking about policy issues, but defending their own, you know, internecine royal battles inside the House, I mean, that's just a huge distraction, not exactly what they need to be dealing with. This deadline is going to keep the story alive every day. He's going to go through this at least daily until next Monday. But, you know, Pierre Poilievre was waiting to pounce in question period, and sure enough, he talked right away, first question, about the revolt in the Liberal caucus and how it's a distraction for the Prime Minister. The polls show the Liberals are headed to certain defeat. The question is, how can they defeat Poilievre? What is the plan?
All right, so Trudeau reportedly keeps saying to people close to him that he thinks he can beat Pierre Poilievre. Do you think he has a chance?
Well, he certainly likes to come from behind. I remember he was counted out in that boxing match with Senator Brazo years ago. He was in third place in 2015. So he likes to come from behind. He likes to believe he's underestimated all the time. A year is an eternity in politics, so it's possible he could turn it around. But right now, with the polls showing what they are, unless they're really, really off base, he's got a huge challenge to actually lead the Liberals to another government.
All right, that's political analyst Keith Leslie. Thanks very much, Keith.